Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the latest NWO tasting, Nevis Say Nevis Again. We're going to be getting together here and drinking some pretty amazing drams, all from Ben Nevis, as you might guess from the title of the tasting. With me, as always, is my man Tim MacKenzie here to help me with the presentations. How are you, Tim?
I'm lovely, Mike. It's great to be here to enjoy some fantastic Highland whiskey with everybody.
And we have a pretty crazy range that Russ put together for this particular tasting. Good evening, Russ. How are you?
Hi.
See, I can make him talk at his own tastings. How about that?
This is why you guys are the hosts, not me. I'm not that overly interpersonal here.
There we go. That's the most we've heard out of Russ for like weeks now. So
that's right.
Well, wait till after drams, then it up a little bit.
And I say just wildly inappropriate things.
Yeah, let's go. As soon as the recording gets turned off.
That's the problem. Recording.
We got a great group with us here tonight. We got a great group of whiskeys to drink. I see that Colin has just dropped the order into the chat, so that is there for anybody who is interested. But you know, in the meantime, let's get to it. So, order of the day, Ben Nevis. It's going to be a nice one distillery tasting for tonight. Quick history of Ben Nevis. Been around since 1825. Founded by a guy named Long John MacDonald. I mean, that's awesome. So they're in Fort William at the base of Ben Nevis, which is Britain's tallest mountain. 1856, Long John died. His son Peter took over the business, launched their single malt. Long John's Dew of Ben Nevis single malt. That is a mouthful. That must have been a tough one to put on the label. If we ever manage to get a bottle, I'm interested to see how Russ gets that onto one of these little sample bottles. Interesting to note, back then, not a lot of single malts. Everything was blends. So that was a single malt before that was even close to being common. 1878, they built a second distillery. That one was named Nevis. Between the two distilleries, they employed over 200 people. And Fort William wasn't very big back at that time, so that was a big venture. In 1908, Nevis closed, and the original distillery operated only kind of on and off between then. And then we get a nice Canadian connection. In 1941, the distillery was purchased by a Canadian entrepreneur and bootlegger, Joseph something. I clearly forgot to put in the guy's last name.
Hobbs.
Sorry?
Joseph Hobbs.
Thank you, Hobbs. That is correct, sir. So he did a bunch of stuff around the distillery, sold the Long John brand, and then sold the Nevis site to Associated Scottish Distilleries. 1940, for World War II, like many distilleries, they closed for the war. In 55, they reopened and installed a coffee still, so they could make both single malt and single grain whiskeys. And for a long time, they were one of the only distilleries in Scotland that was producing both malt and grain whiskey. They also got into blending the malt and the grain while they went into the barrels. So they were maturing them together, which again, not something you see very often. 64, Joseph Hobbs died. In 78, the distillery shut down again. 1981, in a kind of a nice little full circle story, they were purchased by Long John International, and which was now owned by Whitbread. In 84, the distillery reopens after a major restoration, but they shut down the coffee still. So they went straight back to just being a straight malt distillery. 86, the distillery shut down again. This is kind of a recurring theme for this distillery. 89, they were purchased by Nika. And of course, Nika had been buying distillate and whiskey from Ben Nevis for years up until then, and they purchased the distillery flat out to secure their source. In 1990, after some work on the distillery, Nika reopened it. In 91, they opened a visitor center. And in 1996, this was something that we were talking about earlier in the pre-drams. Something crazy happened with their distillery, and they made either some really, really good whiskey, or as some may say, they just made a whole lot of whiskey. But if anybody out there has tried some Ben Nevis's from 1996, there's some good stuff happening there. A little poorly kept secret. So now that we've talked about the whiskey, let's drink some of the whiskey. Up first, we've got, shockingly, in 1996. This one is 26 years old, bottled by the Whiskey Jury, I should say, and 26 years old. So let's get into it here. What do we smell?
I get some really interesting notes on here that, I mean, you kind of expect there to be some that like aggressive tropical fruits to refill casks. Here I get some dimensions that I'm not entirely familiar with from an older 96. I get like, there's almost like a marshmallow, an artificial fruit marshmallow, you know, like a pink marshmallow that you get in an assorted set of marshmallows. There's almost
I was thinking Peeps.
Yeah, that totally plays for sure. There's a gluiness, like a sweet wood glue. I definitely get some baking spices in there. Like the wood is speaking, but it's not yelling over the top of anything, which is really nice. There is that underlying layer of tropical fruits. I get more on like the barbecued pineapple side of.
Yeah, I definitely get the fruits there. Pineapple, as you say. I get some mango, maybe some guava, and some kiwi. I find I always get kiwi from.
Kiwi is a good call. There's that like punch of sweetness if you really dive your nose in there deep. And don't get afraid. Like, I'm not getting any alcohol burn on the nose whatsoever.
No, the alcohol is very, very well integrated. I mean, ABV on this one, not particularly high, 46.8.
Solid drinker level, though.
Sessionable, as they say.
For sure. Anybody else have anything on the nose that they want to punch out there?
I have a note more on your wood glue note that you'd said. I was getting more of an acetone smell. Like, imagine being in a nail salon, somewhere between nail salon and shoe polish, somewhere in that acetone range. Gotcha. I guess that alludes to the glue. That's where I was getting it. But there was a fruit behind it. Totally. Like, you'd smell the acetone, and then there was something like backing it up that was sweet. But it's not sweet. That's the other part. It's very estery. Like wood but paper on the taste.
Gotcha. Like a wood pulp or paper pulp?
Yeah. Like just estery, yeah.
Yeah.
I get the estery.
Like paper pulp.
Even like a little bit of like that funky Jamaica rum vibe to it.
There is it's almost like a rum raisin ice cream kind of a vibe. There's a creaminess.
Yeah.
So
that I can see.
All right.
One thing that's interesting is it smells fresh. Like, this is a 26-year-old whiskey, and this doesn't feel musty or heavy or deep.
No, there's
certainly not over oaked.
Yeah, it's really not. There's not anything on the nose that I don't enjoy having there.
Well, how about we drink it?
Yeah, let's get it.
Scotch, everybody.
Follows through pretty well from the nose to the palate. definitely a little more bite to the finish than the ABV gave off on the nose. The finish is going to some. There's a very dry woodiness to the finish.
Now the finish is dry. There's some little sparkle to it, almost a little astringent.
Yeah.
But as you get into that into the finish, and you're like, oh, this is going to get too dry. This is going to get bitter. I get this wave of honey that comes through, and then it's followed up by grapefruit pith. So kind of on that wave of bitter, sweet, sour, back to sweet.
Very interesting.
And right on the palate, there was some really nice candied orange peel.
Yeah, it's much more citrusy on the palate than it gave away on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how much, for me at least, how much that very initial amount of the palate lends right to the nose. But that the finish is pretty long, almost tannic. I put a little.
I think this one was a bourbon barrel.
Does it say refill or first fill?
It doesn't say what it was, but just looking at the color and
Yeah,
experiencing it, I'd be pretty sure that this is a bourbon barrel.
yeah, I'd put my money on that too.
Mm.
Russ said there's an herbal tea waxiness. I'm there on the herbal tea for sure. The waxiness, it does have a bit of mouth coating. Not in like a Brora / fine leash aggressiveness, but yeah.
With a little bit of water, the palate is less citrusy, more tropical. But the mouthfeel gets really nice, like super thick viscosity with just a drop of water in there.
I just did that to mine, and the nose didn't really change all that much. So
No, nose didn't change much. Palate did a little bit. Finish got a little bit more bitter right at the end.
yeah, I'm with you on that. Really interesting for a 96. Like it's got some of that tropicality to it. It's not a fruit basket of tropicalness. There's definitely a little more of the wood spicy than a lot of others that I've had. But
Yeah, in the chat, Colin's saying he's getting a bit of a medicinal deal in the background there. I could see that.
yeah. Well, and it's kind of like a little effervescent. I know you had mentioned something on the initial taste, but I feel like even more so with the water, which is strange.
Mm-hmm. I like Russell's SMWS name, fake wax fruit.
That's right on target, honestly.
Solid. That's a really good drinker.
Yeah.
Nice way to start things off. Not overpowering, it's not a bomb in any way. It's just balanced, varied. It's a beauty.
I like your definition of a session whiskey. I feel like that definitely holds true here. That's one that you could pour a couple times.
Yeah, for sure. Like sitting out on the back patio after a hot day, just take the bottle with you.
Seriously.
100%.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I can dig that for sure.
Does anyone ever keep bottles like this in the fridge over summer?
No.
Now you're making me want to experiment with it.
No, I usually do it with something like an American oak aged Irish whiskey. We just leave it at like fridge temp. But this kind of feels like that would accomplish the same goal.
I hear that. I've had Green Spot in the fridge, And
Yeah, the one I always would love to do was West Cork 10. It's
okay,
perfect for that. It's like 43%. It's like it's I don't know. It's a good cold drinking string.
for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I've never tried that.
Hmm.
I'm into it.
If you hate it, it's my fault.
If you hate it, you just take it out of the fridge and wait a couple hours.
Oh, brilliant. That's
Yeah,
smart.
no harm, no foul there. That's an experiment that I can get behind.
Easy peasy. Alrighty. Well, that again was the 96 Nevis from the whiskey jury. Our nice session whiskey.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Yeah, that's a beaut. All right, moving on. We've got 002, which is our first foray into the distillery bottlings. So this one is from 1999, bottled in July of 2012 at the ripe old age of 13 years, 52%. So this was a single cask, only 297 of these bottles. And this was done in a wine hogshead and matured in warehouse number 3. Ooh, that's a different nose, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, very, very different in almost every way.
If you put this in front of me, I would bet money that this was a Brook Laddie.
I'm 100% with you. I was just gonna say it reminds me of a Syrah cask, micro provenance that I just had.
This is funky and cheesy and dirty.
Yeah, yeah. There's an aged cheese element to it, maybe Parmesan.
I'm gonna go with Manchego.
Oh wow, I dig that.
Keeping it Spanish.
There's not a whisper of sulfur on this too, which is fantastic for
That
anybody.
makes you happy.
Yeah, the sulfur plagued, such as myself.
Oh, this is really nice.
It's got all of it. Kind of it's. I wish we knew what kind of wine cask it was, because parts of it kind of remind me of a Bordeaux, like a left bank Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm.
There's the forest fruits there. I get gingerbread, like currants.
I get raspberries and sorrel mushrooms.
Nice. There is
The
an
cheese
umami.
is certainly there. It's creamy.
Yeah. I was gonna say like what is it called? Not buttercream frosting, but yeah, maybe buttercream frosting.
It's
not
like
quite,
the cream cheese frosting on cheesecake
yeah.
or
That
red
sharp,
velvet.
that sharp.
Russ, feet after wearing dress socks. Classy. Dang. Anybody else getting some cool notes off this?
Did anyone get a touch of wet cardboard?
I don't.
I don't either,
But the cask is coming at us really hard on this one. So
yeah, I'm kind of surprised with how little. I'm not getting much of the Nevis DNA to this one. Interested to see how the palate comes through though, because that could be a totally different scenario.
well,
There's like
only
a-
one way to find out. Funny, I have this one in a Friends of Brook Laddie. Glencairn.
There's some subliminal messaging going on there.
Maybe I'm just doing it to myself.
Yeah.
Slanch everyone.
Cheers. That's just lovely. Wow. There's even like salinity to it, like that I would
Yes.
expect from like a Brook Laddie. Definitely like windswept heather. There is a minerality to it for sure, like the struck riverstone type of a
Yeah, the minerality is there. The herbal thing is there. It's interesting. The fruit is there, but it's nowhere near as pronounced as it was on the nose.
Absolutely agree.
But the mouthfeel is bonkers. Like this is motor oil.
Yeah. Not a super long finish though, which like that initial flavor explosion, like I would expect it to kind of last for longer. The aftertaste though is like juicy fruit gum.
Yeah.
That's a really cool one. I never would have guessed that this, when we were, going through these whiskeys a month or two ago, I never would have guessed that it would have tasted like anything like this.
Water makes the nose even funkier. With water, the nose goes to this really cool guava paste that they make in Brazil. It's called goiabada, and it's just condensed guava. You slice it. It's crazy.
That's cool.
That's what I'm getting from this nose now.
Oh yeah, with the water, it definitely. Do you know what it reminds me of now, Mike? Have you ever had the guava and that whatever the really light cheese in an empanada?
Mm-hmm.
There's that biscuity kind of fried biscuit.
In Brazil, they make pizza with the goiabada and cheese, and they call it Romeo y Julieta.
That's cool. Very unexpected.
I can agree with the cheesiness and like it's got like a fatty acid compound, but almost like before the glycerol takes off. It's not rancid.
No.
It's fatty in its approach and its smell. I agree with the herbal notes there, but I can't nail which one it is. But I agree with that dry. It's a quick finish. I expected it to last longer based on the cask as well, and I'm a fan of red wine cask finishes. I love them. It was very tasty though.
We're talking about a little bit of a berry in the finish as well. There's
Yes.
like right before you kick into the finish, it's like the very end of the palate. There's a little bit of like it's like a red currant or something.
Yeah.
And I think the cheese you were looking for was the coteja when they put it in the empanada.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
It's which I just pronounced as Kojita. He's like, yeah, that's not how you say it.
It's like
not Vegeta. It's not a Dragon Ball character.
Oh, it's so good.
The herbalness almost reminds me of a Highland Park. That kind of heathery, wispy, smoky vibe to it. It's interesting.
I also thought it was Verkladdy. I really did.
Yeah, I would have put money on that being Verkladdy from the nose. Pretty wild.
Two very good ones to start out with.
Yeah, a couple of bangers to get the party started here. All right, well, moving on.
And for 13 years, I'm impressed with that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They pulled it right at the right time.
Yeah, for sure. And with the bitterness on the finish, I think they probably had to pull that one at that point. It was ready to go.
I'm definitely with you on that.
So that one was a full matured in wine cask.
Yes, this one was not a finish.
Which is really odd too for, I feel like, that era of Ben Nevis. You don't see many wine casks.
7 here.
All right, well, let's keep making our way over to 003.
Nice.
Now we're getting back to the IBs. This one was done for La Maison de Whiskey in Paris. Distilled 2014, bottled 2021. 6 years old, getting a little higher in the ABV here, up to 57.1. This is another single cask, and it was done in a second fill sherry butt.
which is interesting to me because I get aggressive sherry notes on this. So that must have been one hell of a first fill scenario.
Oh, wow.
I get a lot of like an umami savory note to the nose on this one. Also saddle soap. It's got some leather, a little bit of a little mustiness too. That if I didn't know how young this was, I would have thought it was much older by the nose. Get a bit of citrus, more on like the red grapefruit side of things.
Yeah, this one's interesting. I get some cherries, get some strawberries.
Little milk chocolate
Mm-hmm.
or semi-sweet maybe.
It's interesting. This nose has like lots of sweet kind of points that get you, and then it morphs into something different.
Absolutely. There's complexity to the nose that you would not think with a whiskey that's this old.
Like I'll nose it and I get like super sweet white chocolate, and then it goes to lemon peel.
Yeah. Yeah. And depending on how close you get your nose into it, it's very different. I started out pretty aggressive with the schnozzle in the glass, and just light, smaller nosing gives you a totally different situation on the edge of the glass.
It's interesting. I mean, it's a higher ABV. It's a much younger whiskey. This one's only 6 years old, but at least on the nose, it's not punchy.
No, not as aggressive as you would think. I'm interested. Oh, sweet and sour. Good call, Adam. I just before, like 45 minutes ago, I had coconut shrimp with a really, really good like aioli, not aioli, I'm sorry, like a compote. And it had a little bit of like a red pepper spiciness to it. And it doesn't have the coconut side on the nose, but the sauce itself. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Do we dive into this one?
Crazy not to.
Solange, everybody. Pretty much follows the nose.
Ooh,
Definitely very effervescent on the edge of the tongue.
yeah, little sparkle, little tingle. Interesting. For me, the palate starts like those really good Luxardo maraschino cherries,
Oh yeah.
and then moves into cherry cough syrup territory.
It's funny you said that. I was thinking as you said cherries initially, the cough, they're not cough drops, they're like candy for cough. Ludens, I think, is the brand, but they're more sweet than they are cough syrupy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that dark cherryness is definitely there. There's white pepper that kind of clings to your tongue and just hangs on. I think that's contributing to that.
That sparkly tongue is fun.
Yeah.
And then later, as the finish just keeps on going, I'm getting like really nice grilled pineapple, like almost over grilled on the barbecue.
Yeah. It's interesting too. Like it's not hyper colored. I like this one a lot.
Water does.
What was the ABV on this one?
It's 50.
57.1.
Doesn't make it at all.
No,
It's not hot.
no.
Nope.
I thought maybe upper 40s, but
I would expect a 6-year-old whiskey at 57 plus to be hot. This isn't. The alcohol is very nicely integrated.
You gave it some water, Mike?
Hmm.
Let's see how it swims.
Yeah, it brings out a lot more of that grilled pineapple. And some nice bitter citrus, some grapefruit, lemon. Now there's some kiwi in there that brings out some more of the tropical stuff. The finish stays sweeter for longer before it starts to dive into that bitter and minerality. Yeah, the river stones are definitely there. It's a mouthful of gravel at the end.
You spoke about pepper. Of course, it's there, but what's come in mind for me, it's I don't know it in English. What we call it in French is a mélange des 5 épices. It's like a mix of 5 different kind of. It's not odd at all, but it's a complex mix of. I don't know if you know it in English.
Well, there's Chinese 5 spice.
It's
but
not
is
the
this
Chinese one.
this is like the French 5 spice?
I don't think it's French neither.
Okay.
I should go and see.
Go grab a jar from the kitchen.
Yeah, I will.
David said vanilla smell from a strawberry shortcake, and with some water, I'm 1,000,000% with you on that. It's light vanilla though. It's not like vanilla bean. It's like a vanilla ice cream version.
I definitely got white chocolate and raspberry to begin with. That
Yeah.
was like my pairing right off the bat. And then the grilled pineapple at the end was a hint. The bitterness was definitely there from like citrus pith. I couldn't discern which citrus pith though. It was too hard to say whether it was lemon or if it was grapefruit. But the one thing I did notice after I had it after a while and I kept tasting it was like a bubble gum on the end.
Oh, nice.
But it wasn't, you know, that pink Excel one that tastes like bubble gum, but it's got like that hint of freshness behind it. It was like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at the very end, once you're done for a while, you've tasted the pith, the pineapple. It's now you've just got like finish sitting, and then it's just like remnants of this chewing gum that I'm like going through my head, and that's what I had.
I dig it. Those are great notes. I did like it with a little water more than neat. I will say that.
Yeah, I think the water certainly added to the experience. And it's interesting. The last one, that wine cask, the finish really kind of dropped off a cliff. This one just keeps going.
Yeah. I think it's the youth to a degree. The ABV helps also.
But
Another
it's
interesting one though.
It's interesting. I find like most whiskeys with like that long finish, it'll just settle on that final note and just kind of tail off from there. This one, it keeps changing. It doesn't really settle.
The white pepper was definitely there for sure. That was also very, very present.
I've yet to have a La Maison du Whiskey pick that I didn't find interesting. Like
I've never bought any of theirs because they're so ridiculously overpriced up here.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the same way down south, but like, you know, these Maison du Whiskey bottlings up here, like the Artist Collective, which this is from, there's a whole bunch of them and they're all crazy expensive. But I mean, this one backs that up. Like, this is way better than any 6-year-old whiskey has any business being.
Yeah, I'm with you on that for sure. I've been copying some samples, not full bottles, but yeah, you're right. Their stuff, even in the secondary market, is $25 to $50 minimum for equal equal juice, as far as I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me a little bit. Same kind of profiles, that Glenallachie 4-year-old.
Oh,
50%, the 50th anniversary
the Billy
4-year-old,
Walker,
which
yeah.
is like a little bit punchier than this. I
Yep.
shouldn't say a little bit, it's a lot punchier, but I mean, almost kind of like same notes going across the board with that one.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just found it a lot.
James has it.
Here.
James
What's
just
that?
pulled it. To the surprise of no one, James just pulled it.
I just got myself another
Gonna do it
bottle.
side by side.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we need.
It just reminds me of it. I haven't had it in a year, so.
That one was a bit of a surprise. That was pretty fun.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was nosing these earlier, I thought that was gonna be the dog of the tasting. So it has proven me delightfully wrong.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That one was a good time. Good time in a bottle.
Was it considered like a single cask, or I don't remember the?
Yeah, it's a single cask, second
So-
fill sherry butt. This one came from cask 3304. It's Artist Collective number 5.1. I'll throw it back up there for you.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go.
Nice.
And Russ was saying in the chat that this one's actually readily available. Is this one's still in retail at West, Russ?
Yeah. The wine
Okay.
have them.
And
Yeah.
I will say that label is dope.
Relatively good price too, I think.
Okay.
Oh no, that's the next. Sorry, that was the last one.
No, that was a fun ass whiskey. I would actually consider buying that one.
Totally.
To my own delighted surprise. All right, moving on because I want to drink more whiskey. Next up is 004. Going back to the OB distillery bottling. This one's 15 years old, distilled in 1998, bottled in 2014. Another single cask. This one is cask number 590, which was a sherry cask. This one also matured in warehouse number 3. ABV, another quick little tick up at 57.3. So this will give us an interesting opportunity to compare a young IB sherry cask to a little bit older OB sherry cask. And, you know, oftentimes the pictures on Whiskey Base don't do the whiskeys justice, but I mean, the color on this one is pretty nice. Mahogany, I'd say.
Definitely. And a lot of color for that 15 years and that era also. This is really good cask selection, I would say.
And this one, this one's a sherry bomb.
Yeah. Yep. I get like a soy reduction with something sweeter mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
I
like,
like
trying to think.
I'm getting like balsamic glaze.
I was thinking that, or that slightly sweet sauce that they give you for pot stickers.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of gingery kick to it also.
Then the nice sherry notes, like the sultanas and the dates.
Definitely. Yeah, when you really get your nose really close to it, it's that classic dark sherry effect of leather. I think like a medium pipe tobacco, not necessarily super aggressive or very light. It's right in the middle. Very leathery, like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, leather for sure.
My grandfather had 2 pairs of cowboy boots. He had a pair, they were like his dress pair and then his everyday pair. And he would work them every night before he would go to bed. He'd scrub them down, put polish on them. And it reminds me of sitting next to him in the kitchen when he was working on his boots.
Nice. AVD coming with the rum soaked dates. Get that for sure.
Very dark cherry too.
Mm-hmm.
you guys ever had Flaming Cherries Jubilee, where they like soak the cherries in an alcohol?
Oh yes.
Yeah. A little bit of whipped cream too, on the nose. Like very light. Interesting.
Well,
Totally unlike the other three. So, that's
for
fun.
sure. Well, I'm gonna drink this. It's
Yeah.
lunch.
Wow. There's a salinity immediately on like my mouth. It hit my mouth and immediately mouth watering.
Yeah, this is like the 002. It's got
Yeah.
that old Pulteney ocean water vibe to it.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah,
comes through with the nuts from the sherry, like just walnuts. That's nice.
like a mix with a single cask from Glendronach and like you said, the old Pulteney.
I was thinking some of those early '90s Glendronachs.
We were just actually talking about that over here a little bit, and it's interesting because you mentioned that salinity, and it kind of it drives the sherry in the finish, or I would say the back part of the palate, where you kind of might get more of those fruited sherry notes. We're getting more of the exactly what you guys are talking about here. It's more like the
Walnut.
leather and the nuttiness that you had mentioned there, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
that-
interesting. A lot of sherry casks, you get the fruit. Some sherry casks, you get the nut. And this one is super nutty, super leathery. It still has some sweetness to it, but that salinity, that umami to it, like this is an absolute banger.
And it's going on and on. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I took one sip so far, and it's no different than it was 2 minutes ago. Like that is the staying power on the palate is bonkers.
Mm. James is getting a little Campbellton vibe to this one, a little metallic, some celery, ADD with the fruit and nut bar. Dave's getting the leather. Everybody's getting the leather on this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
Am I the only one that getting the mouth like dry when you like?
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel it's dry. I feel like the salinity zapped the juiciness of the sherry.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it juicy? As we were talking about comparing it to a Glendronach, where Glendronach is very juicy and fills your cheeks.
Yeah.
Whereas this doesn't fill your cheeks with that right juiciness. It's dry. It's salty.
Puckering.
It's puckering. Exactly. That's it.
It just makes me want to drink more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The leather couch is delicious. It's just so good.
Good to see you, Dave. Welcome.
Dave, you gotta squeeze the top of the cushion a little bit and do like an ice luge shot of it off of the leather.
God.
You're such a good sport, Dave.
I will say a drop of water, the nuttiness is still there, but it does bring out a lot more fruit.
Interesting. All right, you sold me.
And there's something else to it with the drop of water. I don't know if it's James's Campbellton comment, but it almost smells like there's like a
In the workshop?
machine shop diesel oil thing going on.
Oh, it's like the 2-part engine oil that you add to gas for
a 2-stroke.
Yeah. I get a little note of sulfur with water on it.
Well, that's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, there's this dark note of sulfur when you gulp it, but it isn't like Parliament 21 sulfur. It's not that. This is like muted sulfur Like almost when you go to the gas station as a kid and you almost enjoy the smell of gasoline just a little bit, and you're like,
Yeah.
kind of reminds you a little bit about that, but there's that dark note under there.
I'm super sensitive. It drives me crazy. I hate that I'm so sensitive. This doesn't put me off at all though. It's like it's kind of sitting in like the back row of the classroom, and it's not overpowering.
Well, this doesn't feel like struck match sulfur. It almost feels like a Craigellachie sulfur.
Yeah, like a worm tubbiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of like it's reminding me of like the bike inner tube, like when you first fill up a new tire. It's not burnt rubber. It's not eggy. Like
No, not at all.
And from me, this is shocking. Like I kind of like it within the scope of the flavors.
Well, it's like in a recipe, a lot of people that doesn't like, I don't know, cinnamon, but if you put it right, they'll love it.
Yeah. I did really
like this. SMWS Tim's inner tube. I love it.
That is out of control, Russ.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit? Remember a couple years ago, Springbank released their local barley 10, and it was a giant sherry bomb.
Yep.
And it was a really good Springbank, but it was just a shit local barley because you couldn't taste the barley.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of that one.
There's a lot about this that I like.
I like everything about this. I'm not gonna lie.
It reminds me of some like 23 to 28-year-old Glenalleckies that I've had. And it's Adam, I think, put in older Allertis souped up. And what was the Allertis 18 where it was really a 23-year-old?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that too. This is incredible. Wow.
This is a damn good whiskey.
Totally not what I would have expected. Russ, you psycho.
Yeah, absolutely.
The mad bastard.
Seriously, what a great pick. At 15 years old too, right?
Yeah. 15 years old.
That is insane.
I should have brought that buddy. I never sold.
Almost 16 years old, like a month off.
This is one that I'm making a note to hunt for.
I wonder if they're just actually pumping all the water up from Calgary around Russ's house to protect the stock there, The forest fires.
Probably.
Yeah. We had a tornado warning today, Joss. Tornado. I was just gonna go down and just lay on top of all my whiskey. Just for the group,
That's what they recommend, I think, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Oh man, how are we gonna follow that one up?
The raisin that raisin note keeps going, by the way.
Oh my gosh, it's
like lasting forever and ever and ever.
I get the feeling if we had this one as 006, we'd be tasting this one tomorrow morning.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Now with 2 whiskeys to go, we still may very well be tasting this tomorrow morning.
I fill up my glass like a third with water after each, so I get a relative cleanse. I just did that with this whiskey, and it's like I didn't drink any water at all. All of the flavor is still there. All of the, like, especially the nuttiness, the leather, and like that deep dark sherry, dark fruit note is still there. It's wild.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Well,
All
the last
right.
3 were all bangers.
Okay.
Here we go.
Going back to the IB, back to another connection with La Maison du Whiskey. This one's from Daily Dram. I don't think I've ever tried anything from this particular bottling. This one from the Nectar of the Daily Dram series, the Collection Antipodes. Interesting. So again, a little bit younger whiskey. This one's 7 years old, distilled 2014, bottled 2020, and kicking things up to the high test a little bit here at 60.3. Let's get into this one.
There is craziness on the nose of this one. I get immediate like lemongrass and spearmint.
You know, crème fouettée, whipped cream. No,
Yeah, whipped cream. Yeah.
This one's hot on the nose. It's sour on the nose.
Yeah, it's very hot on the nose. Pipe tobacco, great call, Russ.
Dirt and jalapenos.
Oh,
Absolutely.
jalapenos. What a call out, Colin. That actually, that I was wrong. It wasn't spearmint. It's jalapenos and something else.
No, I get the spearmint. I get the lemongrass. I get the spearmint.
Is it the I should just
Yep.
stick with my first call.
That's what I get.
Yeah, the lemongrass is definitely there. Maybe it's a wintergreen, not a spearmint.
Adam going with earth. Get that for sure. But there's something there.
I can see the
Malty,
whipped cream. I can
frosty.
smell it.
Wendy's chocolate frosty.
The whipped cream, that
Mhm.
lactic acid, that whipped cream
There-
note.
There is a lactic quality for sure. Do you know what it's potting soil?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is, yeah, potting soil.
Eucalyptus. That's
Yeah.
another.
That's
Yeah.
another one. There it is. That's probably that spearmint or that freshman that
Yeah.
Fresh
yeah.
pulled weeds. Nice.
In my garden right now.
Comes on fire tonight.
Are those Canadian weeds or
Yeah, what kind of weeds?
Seaweeds.
Herb.
That palate tastes nothing like the nose.
I
Except for
kinda
soil.
love it when it's like that sometimes.
I do definitely get soil on the palate.
The nose is all over the place. I have no idea what the palate's gonna bring.
wow.
Only
palate
one way
is-
to find out. Let's go.
It's very
Palate is
frantic.
it's
for sure.
soil. It is definitely a lot of soil.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The nose that didn't. I wouldn't have expect what I'm tasting right now.
Holy
With the
crap.
nose. Nope.
It's like rhubarb.
It's like dirt. It is soil.
Yeah, that is a mouthful of gravel. That's that Ben Nevis minerality, but jacked up to 11.
I think
There-
that's the youth.
There's something green in there though.
There is.
That's those weeds that need picking, Josh.
I guess, yeah.
Peas are like like the fresh like sprout shoots, those when you throw those on a salad.
Oh yeah, like bean
Bean
sprouts.
sprouts.
Yeah.
Can never tell which one you're supposed to eat.
Wait, you're talking about the spreadsheets with alfalfa? Not bean sprout.
I remember a long time ago, I tried an SMWS Ardmore from like 1998. And it was in like a second or third fill bourbon barrel. And it was like a mouthful of gravel. It was so mineral. And this definitely has that vibe going.
I kind of like it though. It's so different. Maybe that's what I'm enjoying is just the journey from one to the next. It's very
Well,
punchy.
Let's not forget this is 60 plus. You know, and I'm not getting any of that. I'm getting
No.
that is super like coats your mouth, oily but kind of creamy. It's
Yeah.
Mm.
This is a Chicago style steak where you just douse it in oil and throw it right onto the charcoal.
This is probably wrong, and I would never do this, but I feel like if I poured this on a plant, it would grow like crazy.
Nevis,
Either that or it would get belligerent and punch you.
yeah.
Is this yeah, that's the rye though. That's yeah, a different kind.
Adam, I get the charcoal as well for sure.
There's someone called out. Oh, Dave said a hint of marshmallow, and after having 2 tastes, I do get that on the palate now.
Joe Dirt is the SMWS name.
Yeah.
There's no
Russ has
there's
got
no fireworks or like
Someone has to chat GPT Russ with Joe Dirt's wig on and get a picture of that going for sure.
For
If that was gonna be a label on the bottle, this was a
he's
private
gonna do it
bottle.
in 2 seconds. No one else needs to. He's the king of it. It's
Whoa.
really interesting. I'm not
Water does some crazy stuff to this one. It's on the palate.
All right, I'll do it.
We get a little banana bomb action going on here.
Whoa.
I was
okay.
thinking fruit. I was almost on the Fruit Loop train.
Yes.
There's a cereal quality to it for sure.
Yeah.
And water really opens up the finish.
Oh God. Yeah, cereal and strawberry.
I get all the Fruit Loop colors.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's not like an underripe banana flavor either. It's like a ripe banana.
Yeah,
like-
it's coming right at you.
Yeah.
There's no green on that peel.
Some penicillin.
Jack Daniels in this thing, or what happened
A little
here?
bit, right? I wonder if that's what the cask was.
Yeah, it does it say?
Banana medicine.
No, nothing about the cask on this one.
I was gonna say maybe a second fill, like in Amontillado, maybe.
Well, if it's a funky sherry cask like that, they're generally going to tell you.
I know, because they would want you. That's like a selling point. But
If they're not telling you, it's probably a bourbon barrel.
yeah,
There's
But
there's a
that
lot of
banana-
funkiness in there. So it's like metamorphoses. Every sip you take, you have a lot of different flavors, even on the nose, and you add water, it's totally another dram. Well,
Like a roller coaster.
yeah,
Weren't we just talking this thing tastes like dirt? Now we got bananas and Fruit Loops.
yeah.
We drink it. That's why
Water
we drink it.
definitely did it though.
Yeah, it changes this whiskey significantly.
It loses a lot of that grassy vegetal quality with the water too.
Brings out some sweetness, brings out some that fruit. That is a weirdo. And I like it for being weird.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I think that's got to be my favorite of the night so far, just because it is so out there. It was very that was fun.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
that was an adventure whiskey.
Yeah.
he's in a. It's another category for me. It's hard to compare with the other.
It's true. It's kind of on its own situation.
I got to say that with water, that one is kind of putting shadows onto #1 in terms of nice dram for a summer day.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat. Honestly, I didn't love that whiskey, but with water, it got real good.
So I've been a voyeur tonight, and I've just been watching all this, and I've been loving the comments. This is my favorite tonight, listening to you guys talk. I've really enjoyed this one. I'm going to mute myself again.
Nice. Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, thanks, Brett.
We got to get a kit to Brett.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's watching us slowly degenerate with each pour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
What's
is
new?
what I do best. I judge people,
Program, isn't it?
and then I post on their pages later to try and belittle them for their comments when they're drunk. Anyways, no, I've really enjoyed this tonight, guys, and this is my favorite one that I've listened to so far. Your comments have been enlightening, and I've really had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to have you, Brett.
Joining, Brett. Yeah, our comments usually increase as the whiskeys we get to like 2, 3, and 4. Usually pretty quiet by dram 1, right, Mike?
Yeah, the Dram 1 and 2, that's when Tim and I got to work.
You
Yeah,
got to work
we,
hard. Yeah.
We have to draw it out a little bit more. It's like coaxing the wild animal to come into the cage type of a situation.
Yeah. Once we get to whiskey number 3, though, everybody's pretty feral and we're good to go.
Can I ask a question just before?
Of
Yes.
course.
Because I'm not a, I don't drink a lot of, I don't know, this one was a Nectar and we took the Maison de Whiskey too.
So this one, the line is Nectar of the Daily Drams, bottled by Daily Dram, and it was bottled specifically for La Maison de Whiskey.
Okay. So do you think La Maison de Whiskey, I don't know them as much, but from what we've tasted previously, it was a 6 years old, if I remind good. And this one, it's a 7.
Yep.
Are they always like keep it pretty young? Just
Not
to have this
necessarily.
funkiness or not necessarily?
No, they're a distributor and a shop in France, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And they have all these different lines. Typically, the Nectar of the Daily Drams, they tend to be like more broad scope. But as far as like the age statements, I've seen some that are like 20s to 30s, some that are much younger. From what I've seen, they tend to be like on the cheaper side of the spectrum from them. Whereas like the artist collectives, those usually have that $25 to $100 more factor kind of built in for whatever reason. I have no idea, but yeah.
I believe they only charge half if you speak French natively.
There you go.
You're in, JP.
Oh,
We should be getting him to buy these ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? JP and David are going shopping for us.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Magnifique. All right, we're getting towards the end here, folks. 006, what we call the pink whiskey.
Yeah.
The whiskey, yeah. Peach bomb.
So this, we're gonna wrap things up with another OB. This one distilled in 1990, bottled in 2004, 13 years old. 61.6%. So this is the highest ABV of the night. And this one was from the wood finishes series that they did. This one was finished in a port butt. Apparently, this particular cask came from a port bodega, so it was used to mature port for many years, and then was used to finish this particular whiskey.
Yeah, these are very difficult to come by casks, and I'd venture to guess, especially in that era, that it was even a little more difficult. But we got the color on this is just rosé all day. I mean, I'd love to know if it was a tawny or a ruby. My guess is that it's ruby, but
looking at that color, I'd say so.
That nose is incredible for a port finish. I've never had any,
right?
but oh
seriously,
my god!
When I poured these in an hour before, so like right around 7:10, and when I poured this last, and as soon as I opened up that sample, I was like, oh my god! And I'm a port psychopath, so I've been dying to get into this one since I poured it.
The best part about this nose is it lacks the dankness that follows most port cask finished whiskey, that almost like sewery like. It is kind of off-putting, but this doesn't have a trace of it.
No, it's bright even. Like it's like enveloping, like walk into the light at the end of your life type of situation.
Oh wow.
Colin's calling out strawberries.
Oh my god.
I'm getting blueberries.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some
I
graham
the
crackers.
That blueberry note for sure.
Yep. It's like the
Oh wow.
a really ripe wild blueberry.
Yeah. I often get blueberries from a port cask, and this one's got it in spades.
100%. It's so bright.
There's some milk chocolate in there. I'm getting like graham cracker crust from a cheesecake.
There's no way that's 60%. There's no way.
It's one of the better port noses that I've come across where it's not, there isn't that heaviness like you were saying, like it's so fresh and like clean feeling, which you throw that with a Ben Nevis distillate, and I would never think that combination would come out. But yeah, I get like strawberry, the strawberries that sit in the syrup that you'd put on like an ice cream.
I think this might be where the minerality actually helps the finish of the cask. It blends so well together.
This is astonishing on the nose.
And I think with this one, like I didn't see any information about how long the finish was, but I think this is one of those situations where doing a finish is preferable to doing like a full maturation.
It depends on how many field you add on the body of cask too.
True. I mean, there's one thing. There isn't like an ultra depth to the complexity here. So if you're looking for that like that roller coastery like change up every time you nose it, you're not gonna get that here. But there's consistency here to it that I really respect.
Oh, there's a chocolate note.
Agree.
Yeah, chocolate's definitely there.
Chocolate covered fruit. Like a red fruit.
We should probably just drink this. I mean, Ash already is.
Yeah, I just did accidentally. I thought you guys were in there.
Yeah, same here.
He almost finished mine.
We were.
There's great spiciness that pops up, not off in an off-putting way either. It's like waking up your senses as the sweetness overcompensates it.
Oh, that palate! Like we're talking about that juiciness versus the drying. This one's juicy.
Yeah.
This one just fills your mouth. It's on the attack, sweet, fruity, all those berries. And then it flips. And then you get into a little tingly, a little dry. There's some bitterness, some herbalness, the minerality.
Yeah, the complexity here is it's on the palate. The nose is a little more, I wouldn't say one-dimensional because it's not, but it's like 3 or 4 dimensional. The palate is stellar. There's all kinds of things coming through.
A lot of whiskeys will kind of transition from palate to finish pretty smoothly. It's like a progression. This one just flips.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, when we speak about port cask, this one feels every. You can cacher toutes les causes sont. I'm a port fan of whiskey, and this one is why I love port cask. And it's a finish. It's not even a mature.
I'm very picky on my port. I think the only port cask I've really enjoyed this much would be there was that the Bunnahabhain port pipe they did, that limited series that was excellent, and there's just a lot of like okay ones, and this one is just right up there. It's got that right port, it's got that right balance. It's just so well done.
I agree with you, Joss. That was that like
limited edition, the blue tin. Yeah, the greenish blue tin. Teal.
The greenish.
Yeah.
Not Bruichladdich teal, but a little darker.
I just opened one of those last week.
I have one of those open too, and multiple backups. I'm a big fan of that. There's a handful of Warehouse 9 that are hand fills, that are port pipe maturations that are stunning too, but on the heavier side. Like this is unique.
Yeah.
It's not overbearing with the port.
A bit of water on that gets the
Oh,
palate.
there it is.
You still have the smoothness, that
one.
sweetness, but it opens up kind of a bottom end note of fennel and caramel. Some of those I'm assuming that the initial maturation was in bourbon barrels, and with a drop of water you can kind of get through all that port influence and then find some of those bourbon notes in the background.
I get a little bit of the like a nougat bourbony thing around like the edge of my tongue. This is spectacular. I had very high hopes for a bodega cask, as I feel like you should. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Adam, licorice. That's what I'm getting. That kind of herbal licorice vibe that I normally expect from a really good bourbon cask.
Russell and Abel were commenting about the dryness. I only get it at the end of the finish, though. It's definitely drying at the end for me.
Yeah, very end. Yeah,
but the initial, there's like that this
it's juicy.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It just lingers, that mouth dry.
Oh yeah. As soon as you're done, you're hanging out in that dryness for sure.
You're in the Sahara.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I've enjoyed a few Ben Nevis, not that old that we are tasting right now, but the dryness that it brings in the mouth. I never had this this sensation with the Ben Nevis before.
What's the story with this bottle of Russ? Are you allowed to say?
Story?
Is it from England? I'm just curious about the where did you even find something like this?
Oh, well, this would be from the States.
Yeah.
This was sourced from another member, Alex Hager. So he helped out with bringing these up.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'll be honest, I was a little nervous about this tasting because I mean, I'm a big fan, but I had popped these and I was like, I'm not sure if everyone's going to dig all of these, but you get everyone in the room and you talk about it, and it's got its faults, a lot of them, but I think that it's turned out pretty good for the most part.
Absolutely.
No, these are like all so different.
So different.
And all like there hasn't been a whiskey in this entire tasting where you're like, yeah, this one's okay. Like they've all elicited some pretty significant reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conversation for sure.
When you think about it, when I think about it, now that we've tasted the sixth of them, maybe I will say, well, this one was okay. But at first, when we taste all of them, they were all amazing. And one question that come to mind is, we've tasted a lot of old expression of Ben Nevis, but what's coming right now that we can buy that can have something equal to what we are tasting right now? Is there anything like, are they releasing Bodegas cask anymore? Are they? I don't know.
The bodega casks are harder and harder to come by.
Yeah, this is just an example.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the La Maison du Whiskey, those two,
yeah,
those are more current. So you could probably find them like at original retail, whereas all of these OBs, they're secondary market.
Impossible. Yeah, like the OBs are, and that's why I wanted to do this, and I thought that it would be a good tasting to put on, as these OBs are just impossible to find. There's plenty of IB Ben Nevis kicking out there for sure, but
yeah, they're everywhere.
They're
especially
everywhere.
on the younger side.
I think the only thing sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say, I think the only thing I could maybe comment on is that when we were traveling last year to Scotland, we'd actually reached out because we were going through Fort William and spoke to a few people at the distillery, and they were clearly ramping things back up, but they weren't really in a position to offer anything other than kind of what their standard bottlings were, and they were even kind of like ill-equipped to try to like, they didn't really have any like a tasting kind of a situation set up. I was like, we'll throw money at you, just take us in the warehouse, we'll, you know, like we'll make it up as we go. And they love the idea, but they weren't ready for that. My guess is that probably in the next few years they're going to be coming out with a bit more. I mean, there's obviously a cult following with these guys, so I would expect, you know, based on their older stuff, that's kind of helping push the new stuff forward a little bit more quickly. So like you said, Russ, lots of IB stuff out there, but sadly, you know, right now the OB stuff, I don't think we're going to get that same quality that we're kind of.
Isn't that odd? It just seems like an anomaly because it's usually the opposite, correct? Where you
Well, I mean, you can get distillery bottled Ben Nevis. It just says Nika on the front.
True. And we did in the Highlander, we did the 40-year, talking about age statements and Nevis, and we did that 40-year do of Ben Nevis. Remember that, Mike?
Yep, I do remember that one well.
And it was, you know, I had high hopes for that one, and I don't know if it lived up to the expectations, but some of the best Nevis I've had has been under 10 years old, which is not, you can't say that for many other distilleries, except maybe Kilhoman.
Yeah, there's not many where the distillery like the facets work well enough with something that's that youthful. I've also had a couple Ben Nevis that are younger that are brutal too.
Oh, absolutely. And I actually thought we'd have a couple of those in here.
Well, do you remember when we were talking about that? You sent me. There was
I was like so nervous about this tasting.
He was definitely.
Man, people are gonna shit on me. They're going to shit on me in this tasting because I mean, like you put the tasting together. It's not like I know what these taste like, but you know, worked out. I think.
Yeah, I think it was like there were maybe 9 initially that we were looking at.
Yeah, we had 9 to choose.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that there wasn't any of that young peated Nevis.
I love peated Nevis.
I know everybody loves peated Nevis.
Bite your
except
tongue,
me.
sir.
I'm the only one that doesn't like peated Nevis. I'm wrong. I get it.
I'm not going to hold it against you, Mike.
Well, you know what? From all the tasting that I've done since the last years, one thing that I know is like, when I come in, I don't have any expectation because you always surprise me with funky things and things that, you know, you said, oh, this is a Ben Nevis. Okay, I know a little bit Ben Nevis. No, I don't know Ben Nevis.
Chambers is doing a bottle pop. Sorry, JP. Sorry to interrupt you, but let's see what Dave's.
Man,
he's got a malt man something. Oh, here we go.
You sneaky Pete. Oh,
no rustling that one.
One piece too, eh?
You got to enjoy that one unfettered and immediately.
Nice. No, we appreciate it, JP. I mean,
oh, just to finish, is continue like this, Russell. Don't be afraid to bring something that you think it won't be appreciated by anyone, because we will appreciate it. I know I will. Of course I will.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
I think it's great when we get a dog in one of these tastings, because then we all know, okay, don't. And I mean, at the end of the day, like when we think way back to the start of this, like that was the point, right? Like just helping people make better buying decisions.
100%. I can't think of anything better than, and I go back to it every time, the Boona 30. Trying that Boona 30-year-old and just thinking, wow, it probably saved a couple people a few, you know, what do those cost, $1,000?
Oh yeah.
You know, no one wanted to buy it after that.
Yeah, Myke probably still hates us.
Probably, but I don't know about
Who,
that.
Breezewell?
Maybe,
Yeah, Breezewell.
Oh,
All right. Well,
that bottle though, that die lane he came out with recently, that was a banger. I think every member in the club bought one.
I didn't even try that one. I missed out on that one.
I would say it was a Cask ring? It's like Cask ring signet.
Yeah, we're calling the poor man's signet.
Yeah, like for $150.
That's cool.
That thing was incredible. Everyone bought one on the spot.
What are we
And we all-
talking about here? Sorry.
It
Breeze,
was a
whiskey, the last Whiskey Explorer release.
yeah.
I lose track of him. I don't know. He's doing them all.
It was a dry lane, and it was $150. And we always do all of our tastings blind. Like
Yeah.
all of them are always blind, and everyone put up their hand for one.
Oh yeah, no, that was I actually, now that you mention it, yeah, I had that, and that was great value on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
I
it the
just
one
picked
that
up
just
That was
two of
no,
the-
that wasn't a knock on Breezewell by any means. Like
No.
I think
No. By all means.
he was representing Buna at that time, I believe, and
Yeah.
the
Yep.
30-year-old just didn't stand up to the price point, that's for sure.
That single cast nation that he had before that was terrible. So like we're gonna balance things out.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
can't
excited
win 'em all.
to try the that Micro Provenance that just got released.
I
Is
saw
that
that.
Is that a
I think
hot
that
wheel?
one is going to be pretty good.
Oh no, it was a Lafleur,
Yeah.
right?
Bordeaux
Bacardi.
would be awesome.
All right, but before we get
60%,
too
wow.
deeply into other whiskeys and other
Truth.
releases, we do still have some work to do tonight
Yeah.
to talk
Oh,
about what we've tasted, what we've
Mother mercy.
experienced, what we've enjoyed, maybe what we hated. I don't know.
Sixes.
So
Next
get
I
one.
wasn't
your
there.
thoughts in.
I wasn't there in the last two tastings, so it's a new poll. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is some new shit. Oh, I just saw on
Nice.
YouTube. Dang it. While we're voting, I just wanted to call out a comment from Abel a little earlier ago. Second tasting with us. So welcome. It's always nice to have some new faces, have some new ideas, some new palettes involved in what we do. So we're glad you're here with us.
All the way from Arizona too.
Nice.
By the time I get to
Welcome.
Arizona.
Another statesider.
Okay, come on. We only got 4 of 13 votes. Get them in.
I don't know what to do about this, Myke.
Honestly, neither do I.
Same here. I'm stuck on the fence.
Still
That's a
pressure
tough
I
everybody
one.
else.
really don't know.
I can't choose between like 4 different whiskeys.
Honestly, I'm between all 3 of the OBs, which is shocking for me.
Seriously.
That does not follow my general preferences. I'm the big IB guy all the time, and I'm like, oh man, all 3 of these OBs were crazy good.
This
Could
was
you, in about a minute and a half, show us the presentation you have for the 6th?
Yeah, I'll
the
go back to
Nevis,
it so that
just
you can.
to
We'll do a
be
quick little
sure-
review here.
Yeah.
All right,
please.
so 006 was the port. I don't think anybody needs a reminder on that one.
Mhm.
You're probably all still tasting it. 005 was the daily dram one. That was the dirt ball, the Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
004 was the OB sherry cask, 15-year-old. 003 was the La Maison de Whiskey sherry, 6-year-old. 002 was the OB wine hogshead, matured, 13-year-old. And 001 was the 96 whiskey jury, 26-year-old.
I cannot wait to see these results.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be shocking. I mean, if you had asked me before we tasted all these, what would be the undeniable winner, number one would have been my call.
Right? That's the one you look at and you're like, yeah, that's gonna be the winner for sure.
I feel like that's close to the last Dram as far as like my list.
I agree. Totally.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm with you on that, Tim. That's an easygoing one, and I wouldn't be scared, not a single second, to kind of share with that with even somebody who's kind of never had any Scotch or whiskey.
Seriously, I'm just blown away by this.
But
What I mean, Russell, this is top tier selection.
Yeah, these were all fun.
I'm pretty much a sommelier of whiskey, I guess.
Yeah,
What can
I'm
I
gonna
say?
I'm gonna put the cherry on top. In fact, Russell, the way you were kind of stating these or talking about that tasting, you were kind of letting us kind of understand that you were scared of that tasting being overshadowed by all that you've done before. You guys cannot realize how that tasting was fun. Mouthfeel was awesome, and it was going left and right. So, hat off again.
Thank you. I appreciate.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 11 of 13 votes in.
We're waiting on Brett.
Can't vote. I am non-partial to this vote.
Fair enough.
I've been drinking my own, and
It was
not
dark
yours
as
tonight,
hell.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess
can honestly say I've
Glendronach.
enjoyed thoroughly the evening of what I've drank, but I can't honestly. Now, Russell, you asked me one time to do a tasting and post it on NWO. I can do that tonight, but it won't be honest.
Yeah, I remember that. Saddles, it involves saddles.
Virgins and sweat. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
I thought it was good.
It was funny at the moment, but yeah, not honest for tonight. So count me out for that. But I've really enjoyed everybody's comments tonight. Tim, I know I reached out to you. Thankfully, I got your mailing address. I'm going to send you a sample kit. Thanks for all your comments tonight. You guys have been awesome. I've really enjoyed hearing Tim's comments tonight. Russell, you do a lot of good, man. You really do, and I respect you for it. You're the reason I even popped in tonight just to listen to everything tonight. So grateful for all that, and also grateful that I got to hear everybody's comments. Tim, grateful that I was able to hear everything that you said tonight, and that I could reach out to you and you reached back to me tonight. So look forward to future stuff as well. Thanks.
Thanks, Brett.
For sure. Brett, it's great to have you. Thanks for sticking around, even though you didn't have the kit. Yeah, we'll work out some sweet trades going forwards, and glad to have you part of the community.
Don't need trades, man. I'm just happy to send you at least a couple things that you had commented on tonight that you enjoyed. So hopefully you enjoy them. You can reach out after you get them. You don't have to, but if you do, let me know what you think of them. Thanks.
For sure. Cheers to Russell again.
Absolutely.
Community, like things like this where people just reach out to you and offer things. This isn't a day-to-day occurrence in today's world, but Russell has this magnetism of pulling amazing people that just get it into his orbit, and we're all better for it. So sláinte to
Russell is the full epitome.
No more attention.
Transgender. He covers everything.
For Russell attention.
He's gonna turn off his video very soon.
Just take it, man. Take it. You earned it. You earned it.
What won? I just want to know what won.
He can't run away yet.
Sorry, were we doing a poll?
Oh, I think we did a poll.
There we go.
Wow.
And for once, my lack of being able to vote does not affect the outcome. The winner is 004, which was the big badass sherry bomb.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Who else voted for number 2 like me? I was all about that one.
I would have voted for number 2. 002 was my favorite.
Delicious. It was so good. So
it was fantastic.
So unique for a Nevis. I think that may be what kind of, but to a degree, so was the last one. All those OBs, we're talking about like minuscule differences of enjoyment.
I think those polls are pretty hard because it's like, which one do you like the most? Okay, which one surprised you? Which one was the funkiness? Which one, you know, you can ask a few questions and it won't be the same answer
Absolutely.
as the offer.
Yeah.
Whiskey,
for me,
right?
004 was, I called back to it when we were tasting it. It reminded me of that Local Barley 10 Sherry Bomb, which was a great whiskey. It was a great Springbank, but it was a shit local barley because you couldn't really taste the barley. It was just all sherry. 004 was a great big sherry bomb, and it was fantastic, and I loved drinking it. And was it maybe the best whiskey tonight? Maybe, but to me, it wasn't as much of a Nevis, and that's why I like 002 as my favorite, because you still got all of that Nevis DNA with that cool, funky, cheesy, goofy wine influence on top, and it was just bonkers. But there were no dogs in this tasting tonight. They were all fun. A lot of them were weird, and it was just a good time.
You talked me into it, Mike. Change mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brett, what'd you get into there? I saw the Glendronach single cask. You didn't sneak that by me.
Who's talking to me? I'm sorry.
Colin.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Dr. Adams.
Put up the picture. We want to see it.
Yeah, because I'm quite surprised that La Maison de Whiskey.
I promised Tim in a DM a couple of samples because he said he really enjoyed the port influence. So I opened this tonight to add that to a sample kit.
Oh snap!
Oh my god,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Sorry guys. Anyways,
a 92 port.
It's tasty.
Yeah,
that's a beaut.
Insanity. I can say unequivocally that I have not
awesome.
had.
That's tasty.
A port.
You've never had that one, Tim?
Glendronach.
That's a good one.
No, definitely. 92s and 93s. I know that that's a storied zone. I've focused more on like the PX situation in that. Port though, never have had anything remotely close from Glendronach.
I've been chasing the port with Glendronach for a while now, and they've got some amazing stuff. This one I've had 2 in the past. This is my last one, so this one's special because I don't have any more. Anyways, it's a stunner. So after I told you I'd send you a couple that I had open, I thought I'd pop this. I went and got it, and anyways, this one's coming to you, Tim.
Incredible. Thank you, man.
I gotta say, I prefer I think it's an 18-year-old port pipe from, I forget which year. I'd have to go back and look at the cask numbers in my notes, but it was a younger one.
Have you had this one, Colin?
I have, yeah. I couldn't see the
cool.
number, but I'm assuming that's is it 5896 or 5986, something in those veins?
My God, you're asking me. Yeah, 5896. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have, yeah.
Colin, are you talking about the old 18 tawny port?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, there's one from a few years back that.
Oh yeah, Adam knows. Yeah, there it is.
It was a stunner, but I still don't think it touches this one. But everybody has their own palate, and that's the beauty of what we do with whiskey. Is everybody gets to enjoy it in their own way. And I'm one of those guys that you can call me an asshole if you want to, because I don't care. But you want to put ice in it, go for it. You want to drink it with water, go for it. I don't care. You buy your own whiskey, you drink it how you want to. I know how I like it, and that's how I enjoy it the most. And you do yours.
Yep.
Best way to drink whiskey, however the hell you want.
Truth.
Thank you.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to shut down the official tasting. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for Nevis Say Nevis again. I think some of us are probably going to say Nevis again quite a lot, but that's just what I figure. Want to thank Russ for putting all of this together. Thank you very much, sir. Want to thank my man Tim for helping with the presentation and the notes and just walking us through these beautiful whiskeys. So I hope everybody had a great time, and we'll see you at the next tasting. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.